Hey, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Hope this finds you well. It is absolutely wonderful to meet, connect, share time with you in this now moment. So here we are, winter solstice. Over the years, especially the last 5 years or so, I've really felt such a deep, rich connection to winter solstice. It's been a powerful moment in time. It feels for me like a doorway, a transitional space, a merging between time. It is a sense of entering a new cycle of time, and yet it's this in between space, a time where we have or the natural world, that is the better way of putting it. The natural world has slowed down. This side of the world, the natural world has slowed down. We're kind of dropping into shorter days. There's more hours of darkness, and then at winter solstice, you've got the longest night, the shortest day. But I kind of really do feel that there's so much healing that can be found from that. It's just that I think that we've naturally fallen out of sync and harmonization to that natural ebb and flow, the natural order of things. Those shorter days, it's calling us to drop into that natural rhythm, and to kind of rest up a little bit more, and to sleep a little bit more, and absolutely to dream a lot more. I kind of find that my dreams through the winter months are really really profound. And only last night I dreamt of a friend who I haven't seen in such a long time, and she appeared very clearly in my dream, and we were having a conversation, and I haven't seen her in many years. We're connected via social media, and we drop exchanges and comments, but last night I dreamt of her really clearly, and then this morning I discover it's her birthday. The dreams become very clear, they become very vivid, and I think it's a bit like, my whole metaphor, my whole approach to my work with the land, and listening to its wisdom, and growing that food. The metaphor of the hedge, and the hedge which path that I naturally, just kind of organically seem to follow, seem to anchor myself in naturally. It is, if we can imagine a kind of hedge, and you step through the hedge, and you're stepping into the inner grove. This side of the hedge feels very different to that side. This is the outer world, that's the inner world, and as you step through it, you're stepping into the inner world. And I think that winter solstice for me feels very much like that we're stepping through the veil. We're stepping from the outer world into the inner world, and to the dream world as well. I hold a very simple ceremony and ritual. I've been really blessed over the years. It's going to be different this year, but over the years of holding a very beautiful and simple ceremony and ritual with my dad, on his land, and we're honouring those that have come before us, and those that are yet to come, and very gently and very simply honouring the land, and its people. And I think more than ever, you know, that is a really important act to honour those that have come before us and those that have yet to come, and honouring the land and its people and its stories, with the intention of holding a beacon of light. Because, you know, you are the medicine, you are the light, and lighting up this world at this winter solstice is probably, you know, more important than ever. You know, is that we, I feel, are standing at some levels, we're standing at a crossroads. You know, humanity is at a crossroads, and there is this sense of these two paths, and this sense of these timelines opening up. And I'm really sure that one of those paths is about heart-led leadership, solutions coming from sharing and community, from resilience, sharing of resources, sharing of wisdom, sharing of skills. You know, the key word here is sharing, community together, unity, heart-led education for our children, which will ripple through time to their children. You know, what we do today, what we do now, ripples out and affects our tomorrows. And you know, those ceremonies and rituals that I've held and been blessed to hold with my dad, who also for many years has followed an earth-based path. He's followed a shamanic path. He's had the privilege, I think he would use that word too, the privilege and honour of working with some incredible teachers, Alberto Velarde, and had trips out to Peru. You know, it's very ingrained, it's very much a part of him, and you know, kind of holding those ceremonies and rituals alongside him, with my druidic roots going back, that then kind of, you know, naturally, just kind of organically, just kind of evolved into something that was, for me, that was a little bit more kind of free flowing within the hedge which way. But I really resonate with that kind of concept of, you know, the hedge as the metaphor, or even a dry stone wall, of the outer world one side and the inner world of the other, and kind of crossing between the two, which is no different to what I do within consultations. You're kind of moving between those worlds, and I do think, you know, this time of year, the kind of, it's very dreamy, and it's very much the inner world, and it's like a cauldron of light building, or about to, and this sense of birthing as well. And you know, a ceremony and ritual, very simple, heartfelt, of as I say, honouring those that have come before us and honouring those that are yet to come, honouring the land and its people, really important right now, honouring its people. You know, the human collective is traumatised and has gone through a huge amount of trauma, and those of us that can hold the light for those that are going through immense change, and you know, at some level we all are going through a change. You know, Spirit, someone said, oh, you know, we're all in the same boat a while back, and Spirit said, no, we're in the same storm, but we're not in the same boat. And I think that's really important to kind of gently remember too. But honouring the land and its people, really important. Honouring the stories, you know, that again is that sense of, you know, collectively sharing our stories, sharing our experiences, sharing our wisdom. And I do see that going forwards of, you know, pockets of community sitting around the fire, sharing skills, resources, wisdom, stories. You know, those firekeepers are, it is a sacred work also of bringing people together, gathered around a fire to share. And then you got a kind of sense of, you know, another path opening up, that is kind of the opposite. You know, we've got kind of love, you've got fear, you've got light, you've got dark. But, you know, I think that, you know, what we can do is we are that medicine, you know, we are the light, and it's just to kind of light up everything that we come into contact with through the way we think, the way we feel, the way that we react to the world around us. So we're going to react with agitation and frustration, and we are human and we're not always going to get it right, and it's not about that. But are we going to react with agitation, with how dare you, or, you know, and that's me sometimes. You know, I feel that I want to uphold that truth and defend that truth, and I just want to kind of go challenge that lack of truth, or what I see as a lack of truth. But I've kind of really had some powerful experiences this year that keep showing me that, you know, that actually just keep meeting it with love, keep meeting it with inspiration, keep meeting it with heart, and so much moves. And that was really reflected in my end of year message. Those of you that are following me on Instagram, you'll find it, and there will be a link within this video, so please do feel free to go and read it. But it's just kind of, you know, knowing that those paths are there, and, you know, it's trying to gently, you know, keep moving towards the light, and knowing that every day is different, every moment is different, and you are very different in every moment, and it's okay. It's just keep bringing ourselves back, just keep bringing ourselves back to the light, and know that, you know, is, you know, I think there's an expectation of, you know, something's just going to go boom as we drop into winter solstice, but, you know, maybe it's already happened and we're just riding that wave, and just things become more and more clear, or more and more lighter, you know. But there is also a sense of we are moving through a massive amount of chaos. So, you know, it's about anchoring us, and anchoring each other, and anchoring ourselves. And I think that, you know, that's what those ceremonies and rituals are for me and for us as a family. You know, is we've got several generations that drop into that space, definitely in the past, and not so much now with current circumstances, but there is, you know, several generations that drop into that space, and, you know, that's a beautiful thing. And they are they're very simple. We leave an offering of oats and honey to the land. We will raise the horn, drinking horn, horn of Odin, up to the sky, to the earth, to the people. And in a way also, when we have in the past, you know, you sharing that horn that goes around the circle, is you're honouring those bonds, you're honouring those friendships, you're honouring family, you're honouring community, you know. And there's something really, really kind of special about that. And I think, you know, above all else, that is a big part of the solution going forwards, is our shared sense of values, and our shared sense of tribe and community and belonging, and together we shine bright. We shine really, really bright. And, you know, if we can keep meeting everything from an open heart, then we keep weaving the way. And I think that way of being and those values and that approach to life is a stronghold, and it is a beacon, and it's a beacon that means that we uphold those values and that way of life, that can ripple out into the future, that affects our children's children. The metaphor that Spirit give me with that is, you imagine that you remove books from the world, the children that come into the world in the future wouldn't even understand the concept of paper, book. And you can say, well, some people will say, well, that's a good thing, because you're using less resources. But I kind of feel that would be a very tragic thing for the children not to be able to hold and turn a page. And that's kind of where we're at. There is these two paths literally on that ilk that are appearing. Is the human and what feels to be highly digital and feeling less real. And I think that if we can find that really wholesome balance, then those two worlds can really work well together. But to strip out one completely doesn't feel right to me at all. It doesn't feel right at all. I just felt huge amount of kind of presence then behind me. So we are the medicine, you are the light, lighting up this world this winter solstice. I kind of shaped together a blog as well, that again there will be a link within this video, and within that blog is some beautiful photos from some of the ceremonies that have been held in the past as well. So there will be a link within this video to that, and the blog is stirring up some thoughts about the time ahead, and I'll read you some of it. So here we are. Darkness is a potent symbolic representation of which is unconscious or unknown to us. So this side of the hedge, the known, the outer world, as we move across, we're moving into the inner world, into the darkness, into the unconscious, to the unknown, which is what I was saying to you about. It's a time of very dreamy, and something I also do on winter solstice evening is, after we've done the ceremonies and rituals, is we brew up some dream tea, which has got valerian root in there, there's chamomile, there's actually a wonderful company that I get my herbs from called Indigo Herbs, and they actually do a mistletoe tea as well, and mugwort, which incredible herb that we are blessed to be able to forage off my dad's land. And now in my kitchen garden there is a patch of mugwort that will grow up, and it's a very powerful herb that brings about sleep and dreams, a bit like chamomile of a valerian. But there's a strength to this, and you gently, I've blended those herbs together and create a dream tea. I've had some real insights, and sometimes you just sleep through, you wake up and you're refreshed. It's kind of trusting that these herbs are teachers, and they will bring about what is required or needed, and it's about meeting that with no expectation. So yeah, there we are, a few thoughts. Now, I said we a little bit of a kind of guided meditation, but I think rather than guided meditation, it's going to kind of create some seed thoughts for you. is what we were going to kind of do consciously is on the winter solstice, as it gets dark, the idea or the invitation was to kind of stand either at your window or at your front door and take a breath. Just take a breath and kind of place your hand on your heart and just ask yourself, where are you in this moment in time? Where are you inside of yourself in this moment in time? Where are you physically in yourself? Where are you emotionally in yourself? And where are you spiritually in yourself? And then, you know, take a candle. I've got this beautiful little lantern that my little one created for at his school, who do celebrate those seasonal shifts. It's got a little tree there. It's just really stunning, beautiful. He made that. I absolutely adore it. And that was for his Martimus Lantern Festival within school. And to kind of take that candle, that lantern, there's something you can make with your little ones on winter solstice or leading up to, because I am going to release this video today, which is around the 18th, so it gives you a few days to prepare. And yeah, something you could do. And then once you're kind of standing there, and you could do it with your children, do it with your family, do it with your husband, wife, mum, dad, whoever's with you that day, is maybe get them involved. It'd be really lovely. And I think that's the other thing, is that, you know, going forwards is family, community. You know, it's so vitally important. You know, that whole thing of, you know, in the past, you know, I kind of do that once the children are settled, once they've gone to bed. Now, I think, you know, it's not about perfection. It's about including, and it's about progression, and it's about them being involved. You know, they are light. You know, they are light. And it's about family. It's about community. It's about tribe. So it's to stand there at that window or at that door with that lovely lantern or candle, and the concept, the idea is to really get a sense of where you are. And then it's that sense of stepping into that space of the beginnings of what will come in the days to follow, is the birthing of the light. So it's about us consciously meeting that tide, and us bringing it light into that birthing. And some words that you could use is stand there with that lantern. And you know, the other thing is, you know, as it gets dark on winter solstice, if you look up beyond the horizon, you may be gifted with seeing that what's known as, or what will be known as, the Christmas star. So, you know, it's that intention of star bright. Just lost the words for a moment. Star bright. Burn bright, grow in light. Star bright, burn bright, grow in light. okay, because you're using a candle, and that's it. There's two words I've used within my spellcraft: star bright, burn bright, grow in light. And you say that 3 times. So here we are: star bright, burn bright, grow in light. Star bright, burn bright, grow in light. Star bright, burn bright, grow in light. By the power of 3 times 3, this is our will, so may it be. And with that intention, the intention is to pour that light, and that light from all around you, and let it just absolutely just be amplified out in the world. And just kind of hold that intention of let it also come from within your heart. You know, burn bright. We are the medicine. We are the light, and we are lighting up this world. I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to leave the love of spirit with you. There is a message on my Instagram. There is a thank you message. It's a message regarding Yule and this time. And as I say, on winter solstice there will be a post up there as well, sharing some of the photographs on previous ceremonies and rituals, and as I say, honouring those that have come before us and those that are yet to come, honouring the land and its people and its stories. Star bright, burn bright, grow in light. Wishing you a blessed solstice and the brightest of solstices, and a really beautiful Yuletide as we move towards that 25th and the days begin to slowly get longer, and wishing you the most incredible 221, and I'll be seeing you the other side. Shine bright and keep shining. Lots of love, people. Take care. Love you. Bye bye.